Hey, all you ghoulish gourmets, and welcome to yet another movie Munchies. Hopefully, I see my little wireless thing pop up on StreamYard for half a second, so hopefully it won't mess up the video too much or the stream too much. Doesn't look like we've got anybody in here just yet, um, but I can BS with the best of them, so I can talk about a few things to give people time to get in here. It also could be a snafu between YouTube and StreamYard. I've seen that happen before, um, where there have been people in here, but I can't see them. So that could be a possibility. So anyway, today we are going to be making Freddy Krueger soul food pizza. And I had an idea. Of course, it was too late to make this a reality because Steve and I had already went out. Hey, Kathy. Steve and I had already went out to do a little shopping this morning. And I was not going to either send poor Steve back out on a Sunday afternoon to to go get something. Uh, so I think if I make this in the future, one of the things I was thinking about is I have some chopped green peppers over here. Wouldn't it be cool? And you guys can certainly incorporate this into your own pizzas if you like peppers. When you make your own, if you want to, go by this recipe and make your own. So I said, wouldn't it be cool? Because Freddy Krueger wears a red and green sweater. I know those are Christmas colors too, but Freddy Krueger has a red and green sweater on. If you had both chopped green peppers and chopped red peppers as well. So I think the next time I make this, I'm going to try that. But the thing to remember, and I told Jay this last night because he was asking me if I was going to put mushrooms on my pizza today. I said, no, not on my pizza, Jay, because I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms. In Anyway, but there may be some of you that are, some of you that are fans of anchovies, fans of onion, fans of, whatever, pineapple. You make this your own Freddy Krueger soul food pizza. You don't have to use any of the stuff that I'm putting on my pizza today. You can make it totally your own. Uh, I'm going to use whole milk mozzarella cheese. If you don't want to use mozzarella cheese, there are pizza blends. You could put pepper jack on this baby. You could put cheddar cheese on it. You could put tomatoes on it. You can do just about anything you want. Uh, and my Wi-Fi seems to be being kind of finicky today, so apologies if this goes in and out or there's buffering issues or anything like that. So, and y'all can see my birds playing back there if you look in the bottom corner of the screen behind me, um, because I have the tablet kind of slanted here. If anybody cares to see my parakeets over there. So what else do we have? Okay, so Steve picked me up some black olives, which I'm going to bring up the haunted food cam real quickly here. And I'm going to make this the solo layout for just a second. So you can see I've got my pizza crust. And you can pick any pizza crust that you want. I usually get the pre-prepared pizza crust. This is Balboli. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. If TJ was here, he'd probably get on me. And these are a little bit more on the expensive side. I'm kind of trying to make a gourmet type pizza, but that doesn't mean that you can't buy the off brand or the store brand crust. It is totally up to you. I don't always buy Baboli, but I did this time. Okay, so as I said, we have some whole milk mozzarella shredded cheese to put on here. I just wanted to try the whole milk kind because I noticed that and I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. We also have for our sauce, and you can pick any kind of sauce that you want, but I've got Classico traditional pizza sauce. It's up to you, whatever sauce that you want to use on this. Trying to get that brush to stay on the top of that. I also have some pitted black peppers, black olives that I have sliced. And something else I did because Steve got me a can of them as opposed to a jar of them. They were called Early California pitted black olives. They weren't quite salty enough for me. So what I did is give them a little brine bath. I put some sea salt on them, tossed them in the sea salt, and let them sit in the refrigerator for a little bit before I got this started. I've already taste tested them and they taste pretty good. Um, Now, for those of you on low sodium or sodium free diets, you might not want to do that. Okay, so I've also got my chopped green pepper here. And like I said, I wish I had, thought about this before me and Steve went to the store today and I could have got me a red pepper. But hopefully we have time to make this pizza again and I can do that. Okay, so what else we got here? I told you I was going to attempt to make pepperonis that look like they got souls. Okay, so here are the pepperonis. I did 8 of them like this. Now I may add some regular pepperonis that haven't been made to look like they've got faces on them. But these are the 8 that I did. And what I used was just Kroger sandwich size pepperoni. And my good friend Candace, I have to give her credit um, for that because she was the one that suggested I use the bigger pepperonis because she said they're going to cook up a little. And I was like, yeah, she's right. They're going to cook up a little, and it'd be easier for me to make a face out of these. Hey, Jay. Now, I used an X-Acto knife this is just a $4 X-Acto knife from Walmart to kind of assist me in cutting the faces into the pepperonis. It was a little bit of the X-Acto knife and a little bit of me just taking my fingers and tearing it. I thought the irregular shape will make them look cooler. Um, so I see that Kathy said hi to me 2 times, or this thing's being kind of wonky. Um, I gave you another one of those olives. Okay. So something else I'm going to do that some crust you get suggests you do this, and I like the idea. Of course, I've got my Bertolli extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to brush a little bit of olive oil on this crust before we put the toppings on. So, yeah, you say you did. That's okay. Um, so, I just wanted to let you know that if you don't want to put olive oil on your crust, that's fine, but I'm going to do that today. Okay. I already have the oven preheated to 450 degrees, and it's nice and warm and ready for me to put this pizza in as soon as we get it all our lovely toppings on it. Something on my floor. I had to cut open that bag of cheese because you know how sometimes you tear the top off of them? They'll say tear here and it doesn't tear right. You can't get the bag open. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. So we've got about 5 people in here. So I think we'll go ahead and get started here. So what I'm going to do is just like I told you, I'm going to brush a little olive oil on this pizza crust. Okay. So I'm going to move this cheese so I can get a better handle on putting this. You don't have to drown it in it. Just drizzle a little bit on there. Okay. I mean, I don't think you want to soak it in it, okay? Just try to put a little bit at different parts of the pizza crust. And then we're just going to take our brush, just brush it into the crust there. I just think this gives the crust an extra nice taste. Some pizza crust, pre-prepared pizza crust you buy, will tell you to brush a little. This is just an option that you can do. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not going to come to your house and make you do it. Okay. Gonna even that out just a little bit so it covers our whole pizza crust. Okay. All right. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna open our Classico sauce here. And we're just gonna spread, and you put as much sauce as you want on there. Spread that over to, I usually like to spread it to the very the crust, just kind of like this. Some people like extra, so if you want to buy more than one jar of this stuff, then by all means do that. I know when we get delivery pizza, Steve always likes to have extra sauce. He will specifically order extra sauce. Just gonna keep kind of spreading it out from the center there. And some people might not like a lot of sauce at all on their pizza. I'm pretty much a sauce person. To me, it ain't pizza if you don't have sauce on it. I think my cousin Heather is still vegan, and she, like, a while back when she was still in college, I went to visit her in college, and she basically, we ordered a pizza. There were a bunch of girls hanging out our dorm room, or her dorm room, and um, well, everybody wanted to order pizza, and I think Heather was the only vegan in the bunch. So we ordered it, with pepperoni and sausage, all that good stuff, right? And so she was like, "Well, I can't eat some of that stuff." So um, she just pulled everything, including the cheese off, I think, and just ate like sauce with bread, basically. Jason, Dana knows what her spreading does to me. Kathy says, uh, "Don't need smell-o-vision. You can imagine it cooking, and I salivate." Yep. Hey, blissful. But Jay says, "Watch her cover it with mozzarella cheese like the tramp she is." Yes, I'm actually getting ready to do that. So we're gonna get out our whole milk mozzarella cheese here, and I will notice that some pizza places will put the pepperonis underneath the cheese, which is fine. Um, but for this presentation here, Um, we're going to want to see the pepperonis because we've got them looking like souls, right? And so we want to be able to see them. So in this case, I'm going to lay the pepperonis on top. We're trying to evenly distribute our cheese here. Okay. I kind of just spread it around there. I asked Steve when we were in the grocery store, I was like, you think this bag of cheese will be enough? And he was like, yes. He's never a happy camper when we're in the grocery store anyway. And truth be told, sometimes I'm not either. Because people irritate me sometimes. Especially in places like the grocery store and Walmart. So heck, we'll just go ahead and use the whole bag. So then we're just gonna just take your hand lightly or your fingers lightly and just kind of spread it out just a little bit. So you don't just have mountains of cheese somewhere. It's kind of evenly distributed, right? Let's see. Blissful says, I'm late for pizza making. Hey, TJ. TJ says she don't love herself vegan. Blissful says, TJ, don't use that word. So Blissful's disowning TJ for using that word. Uh, Jay says, TJ, I saw you on Dr. Wolfula last night. Oh, that's cool, TJ. All right. So next, well, let's just go with our green peppers here. I mean, but like I say, you do you, right? You put this stuff on there however you want to do it, right? So how many of y'all gonna be in the Dolores Claiborne watch along tonight? And Jay, I didn't know if you wanted to be live or Kathy wanted to be live on it with me. If y'all got a way to watch Dolores Claiborne, I don't think I could find a for free version anywhere, but somebody might too. So I'm using a whole green pepper. If you got red and green peppers, you might want to do half, something like that. It seems like one chopped green pepper will cover a 12-inch pizza. All right. Then we're going to sprinkle some olives. One. Steve's probably going to say, why'd you put all those damn black olives on there, man? Expect me to eat that? These black olives, I guess, could be for Freddy Krueger's black soul, right? Just trying to evenly distribute these olives on here, right? And mix them in. Our green peppers. Ah, how do you say you'll chat, but you don't want to go live? But thanks for the offer. Sure. Hey, X-Ray. X-Ray says, Dana making soul food. Where's the chitlins and collard greens at? Well, we're not specifically making that sort of soul food today, X-Ray. So now we're going to put our soul pepperonis on here. So I judge that about 8 of these sandwich-sized pepperonis will cover this pizza, right? Because I actually laid them out on the pizza crust prior to getting on here. Oops, that one's upside down. You can turn the pizza any way you please, right? All right. Okay. So something else I'm going to do just to add a little extra pizzazz to this. I get these pepperonis back of them. Is to kind of just shred up some of the remaining pepperoni, just so we can have a little extra pepperoni on here. Kind of, these will be shredded soles or something, but you don't have to do this. It's just something I just thought of. Add a little extra protein to your diet. Sorry, hit my camera arm again. And the reddish color to the pepperonis can make up for the fact that I didn't think about getting a red pepper until later in the game. Okay. All right. To the side here. Now I'm gonna put these pepperonis up before I eat the whole damn bag of them. So I'm addicted to them. Um, Actually, I have not made the Jason sliders from Jason Goes to Hell yet. My souls are too happy, TJ. Well, we'll see how they look when they come out of the oven. Blissful, you say, I accidentally sent my aunt my adult Amazon wish list. She called saying being a pervert isn't ladylike and I need to go back to church. Oh, man. Jay, you say, I put a few sprinkles of Mott's on the pepperoni Too little brown and Jay says I'd eat the ever loving fish frig out of this pizza pie. Well, thank you, Blissful. Blissful says that's so cute, Dana. All right, so I am going to get this pizza. Try not to drop it. I'm going to take it over to my pizza pan here. All right, I managed to do that without dropping it. Aren't you guys proud of me? Look at that mess. I'm gonna wipe up my mess a little bit. Got some olive oil and cheese, and but that's one of the good things about having this little cutting board over my sink. I can set things like bowls and other stuff on it. And if, stuff can fall in the sink or whatever, and I can rinse it out later. All right. So we are going to put this in our 450-degree preheated oven for 10 to 15 minutes. And that's depending on your desired crispness level that not Christmas, but crispness, how you want your crust. So I'm putting it in the oven. I'm going to set it at 15 minutes. We'll check it here in a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to exit the solo layout on that and make me the solo layout for a little bit. And from that away. And I'm eating some of the leftover olives. Well, mine. So, again, I will be having the watch along for Dolores Claiborne tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Bring the whole crew. You don't have to come in live. As I told Kathy, that's fine. You can come in the chat. And like I said, the Wi-Fi is kind of wonky today. I'm not sure what's going on with it. It might be because I don't know why, but this tablet went down from 66% to like 39%. Probably because I'm actively doing this stream. And that could be messing with the Wi-Fi. But so I can talk a little bit about what we got coming up for the coming week while we're waiting for this pizza to cook. So Monday, tomorrow night, will be another Stephen's Kingdom. We're talking about 3 more Stephen King films. Tuesday will be another Everybody Wants England. I'll be talking about 3 more Robert Englund films. We're getting ever closer to the start of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. But yeah, Blissful. StreamYard does take away your batteries really quickly. Wednesday, I'm planning on me and TJ returning for another round of talking about Creepshow, the Creepshow series episodes. We're going to be starting season 2. Thursday, Darren will be on Seductive Poison, The Resurgence. We're going to be talking about a couple of films that he recommended I watch. So that's going to be a review show, but I'm going to have an extra person on there. Friday, of course, will be another midday with Dana and Jay. Don't ask me what we're going to do it on because I don't know yet. I'm kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl on some things. So we'll either have a theme or we won't have a theme. But whatever we do, it's sure to be fun, right? So, uh, and then Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have more watch alongs, a couple more watch alongs, and also another movie munchies. And just let me run back and get my watch along sheet. So for next Saturday and Sunday's watch alongs, March 9th, which is Saturday, will be Splatter University, which is a very bad film, but it's a fun film. Okay. Followed on Sunday, March 10th, with Revenge of the Nerds. And those will both be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on their respective days. Sundays, um, movie munchies will be Flesh and Blood, taken from the Death for Dinner book that my good friend Candace sent to me. Big shout out to Candace once again for sending me that great little book. Uh, Basically, we're going to be having some homemade tomato soup fixed in the Instant Pot with a side of grilled cheese. I'm going to try to get a little metal bucket to put the tomato soup in, and I'll have my ladle ready and all of that. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to doing all of this upcoming. I'm actually feeling a little better today than I have been. So that's always a positive. Uh, and I'm going to take a gander at our pizza here, which, yeah, it's looking good and smelling good. Yeah, I think our soul pepperonis are looking pretty good there. Blissful says, now I want pizza and homemade tomato soup. Jay said, that song is still ringing in my head. Had Alexa play it 3 times this morning. Yeah, Jay was putting on a performance for me and PJ and everybody else in the chat last night. Oh, something else I wanted to show you guys and gals. Remember how I made the cups for the Annie Wilkes handcrafted cockadoodie cocktails? Well, I went and picked up some, like, I guess, sea green cups today, and I just put the Quince handcrafted chum cocktails um, sticker on these. These are not the ones that I'm going to be selling specifically. These were just a prototype that I was messing around with. And so I also had an addition to the chum cocktails. In addition to putting like the cherry vodka, the clear vodka, and putting the edible glitter in there to color it red, I thought, why don't we make it look even more like chum and put some cherries in there? So a little bit later, I'm going to be making that. Unless y'all want me to make it on the stream, and I'll. And Jay, I did, by the way, I did like the idea of you saying to sprinkle a little mozzarella on the pepperonis. I just was lazy and didn't do that today. Jay says, slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. I'm also going to be trying to finish up the commercial here soon for the chum cocktails. You like those cups, Blissful? Something else I was going to mention is, in addition to doing the sublimation and all that with the sublimation paper and making t-shirt designs, I discovered a new way. I was watching some videos earlier to transfer designs not only to t-shirts, but to cardboard boxes like pizza boxes. Because what the reason why I was looking into it is because eventually I want to make a Freddy Krueger soul food pizza box and have an image of Freddy Krueger on there. And I was thinking, well, how can I do that? So, and thank you, Kathy, for saying nice designs. Um, and so I was looking up something called uh, direct, um, oh gosh, direct train, direct to film transfer, I think, or DTF. Um, and so you get this special stuff, and you can do it with a sublimation printer, but you have to use this powdery stuff. But I watched a guy do that with a heat press. He printed it out, and he actually did the heat press on a folded pizza box, and it turned out awesome. You can hear the pizza sizzling there a little bit. I think that's some of my uh, olive oil there. Okay. So I'll have to keep y'all abreast of how that goes when I get the DTF film. Lizzle says, I'm going to throw the bestie a birthday party. Can you make cups like that? Says Kiss sucks. That's the Oh, I probably could make some like that. I don't know. Would you like them like that, Blissful, or would you like the doing the iron on where I iron on the styrofoam cups? And it would also, if you wanted cups like I just showed, um, Dollar Tree's got some different color cups. But the pizza should be done in about 4 minutes. I'm just gonna just a second, guys. Now I'm going to. I was just gonna check it, lift it up with the spatula a little bit, make sure it's not burning. Because sometimes you gotta watch this stuff. It's sure as heck doing a lot of sizzling. Man, don't want to burn myself on camera. Y'all hear me scream and curse. Anybody wants that, right? Okay, doesn't look like it's burning, so there. Want to make sure. And it's also not sticky, which is also a very good thing. We got about 3 minutes left. But so you say anything, I just want to get yelled at in Italian. Well, you let me know when you need them, which one, and I will try to see what I can do. And if you want any more than 10 cups, because 10 cups is what comes in a package, let me know. And then I also have to get your address so I can send them to you. I think the soul pepperonis are looking pretty good too, by the way. I'm addicted to these alls. So, too, I hope everybody has had a wonderful weekend. Um, that you got a lot accomplished. Um, I can probably show you one more thing if it's not still wet. This paint. I have been working on my. Ooh, trying to turn this around so you guys can. I've been working on this clear stuff container. It's going to take a few coats of white paint before it's not see through. So, but once it gets done, I will show people again. But you can see the top's a little easier to work on, and I've almost got it covered. Blissful, you say I need your address. I have a Woodstock package for you. Oh, you mean for me, Blissful? I know it's Jay saying Dana or me. All right, we're down to the final few seconds for this pizza. I'm going to move these um, olives out of the way so I don't knock them over. If you mean me, Blissful, I'll be sure to send you my address here soon. All right, and that officially means, guess what? Our pizza is done here. I'm going to show y'all the fruits of our labor here, or my labor, however you want to talk about it. So we are going to exit the solo layout. Me and make that pizza the soul food layout. What do you think, guys and gals? Well, doesn't that look scrumptious? It looks good to me. And we do actually have some red and green in there. So, yeah, I'm liking it. Uh, and Candace's idea about using the bigger pepperonis was an excellent idea. So, once again, thank you, Candace. Um, Blissful, Kathy's drooling. Blissful says, "Oh, drooling." Jay says, "Good Lord, Dana, that ain't fair." And guess what? This pizza might be mine on mine on mine. Because I don't know that Steve's even gonna want to touch it. But I think it looks delicious. But Jay's like, "Good Lord, that ain't fair." Let's say yes for you, Dana. Everything is from Woodstock. Ooh, I can't wait. I'll have to. Yeah, don't let me forget to send you my address. If it's been a little bit and I haven't sent it to you, say, Dana, you need to send me your address. Um, Steve ain't right in the head. Well, I'll be sure to tell him, Shay. Oh, man. Sure, my oven is off here. So, that was pretty easy, wasn't it, guys and gals? The main part of it, the main labor part of it is actually cutting the eye holes and the mouth holes and the chopping up the peppers and slicing the olives. This was this Jay, the man doesn't like bacon. TJ says, good looking pizza for a white lady. Well, thank you, TJ. So, before I make people start having, some kind of uh, convulsions because they can't have this pizza, I am going to exit the solo layout. My mom will actually be happy about this time around because she watched the zucchini boat win, or at least part of it she did. And She said, "Dana, I like seeing you mix stuff up." I said, "Well, that one wasn't really a lot of mixing up except on the stove, and I don't have an extra camera where I can do that." Yeah, there is one that has olives for eyes. I maybe should have did that with all of them, which that is certainly something that you guys can and gals can do on your own. And again, like I say, you can dress these pizzas up any way you want. You don't even have to use mozzarella cheese. You can use a different kind of cheese if you want. Uh, Jay, you say they need to clamp eyes open. Um, because you can put mushrooms on this. You could put pineapple on this. You could put freaking M&Ms on this if you want. I wouldn't want it, but this is your pizza, and you put whatever toppings that you want on this pizza. You arrange it however you want. If you want sausage on there, if you want meatballs on there, it is all up to you. And that is something, like I always say, that I want to impress upon you guys and gals is don't have to make it exactly like I make it. You really, really don't. You make it your own Freddy Krueger soul food pizza, or not soul food pizza. But Jay said they need to clamp Steve's eyes open like Clockwork Orange and make him watch Bacon. I'm crazy. I want to turn everything into a t-shirt design. But Jay, I had an image of Steve with his eyes open with the those things that they use in the Clockwork Orange, and have like bacon frying on the TV, and he's just like this. Blissful says, if using magic mushrooms, I highly recommend to wait until summer. Okay, good tip from Blissful on the magic mushrooms. Um, but I think I'm just about done here. If nobody has any questions to ask me, we've had a pretty good crowd, 8 to 10 people at all times once I got started on this. So you guys and gals go out and make your own Freddy Krueger soul food pizza. And have fun. That's the main thing, is have fun. I had fun making this pizza. Um, and if I didn't have fun doing these things, I certainly would continue to do them. But I am having a hell of a good time doing them. And so I am definitely going to continue. So, bye, Kathy. So I'm not one to say this often, but since these movie munchies are starting to take off a little more, even though Steve was kind of sarcastic whenever I said that they were starting to take off. He was like, "Well, how many views are we talking about?" And yada, yada, yada. For me, they seem like they're taking off and catching on. Jay says it's downright sexy. So, so if you haven't liked the video or the stream, please like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you are financially able, please join the channel. You get perks with joining the channel. Blissful just joined not very long ago. So again, thank you, Blissful, as long as can't even talk, as well as all the other members that have joined. Um, and tell your friends and family members that you think might be interested in my content. Feel free to share my channel with people. Um, and also, the Deadites on Deck store is coming. It's live now. There's just no products on it. Just go to deaditesondeck.com, and that should get you to the page. Now, like I said, I'll hopefully be adding some products here very, very shortly, so that you can, come on over. And I will tell you, I did some thinking about the prices that I wanted to have, at least for the t-shirts. I haven't thought about the prices for other things that I'm going to be offering, including tumblers and beer mugs and different sort of items out there. Uh, Leslie, you say I would have shared this, but I was being threatened with holy water. Oh my, was that by your aunt? The t-shirts, I'm thinking they're going to be $15 a piece. They might be $20 if they're double sided, but if they're single sided, 15. And that's to include overhead cost so that I can actually make a profit. And I hope that people understand the $15 to $20 price range. Um, and also the shipping, I'm planning on the shipping being cheaper because I'm going to be using Shippo to print my shipping labels and get this stuff all shipped out to you guys. I've already got it connected to the store. And Shippo also allows me to get a better judgment on what, USPS, UPS, FedEx, whatever, and I can look at a glance and see who's got the best prices for shipping. Jay, you say $20 is a fair price. Well, 20 is going to be for the double-sided shirts. Any double-sided shirts I have, because there's extra material, extra time, and all that is utilized. And I know you guys get that. And so the single sided shirts will be 15. The double sided will be 20. Blissful, you say yes. Apparently, pastors can make holy water. Okay, well, guys and gals, I want to thank you all again so much for joining me for another Movie Munchies. I hope to see many, if not all of you, at the watch along tonight, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Dolores Claiborne. And I'm going to skedaddle on out here for now. I will see you guys tonight, hopefully. And I love each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys next time.